turned too long, and now I am ready to live for myself, live for myself. Flashing into my mind, I can see myself turning around, searching for places I know where I can spend time on my own. Flashing into my mind, I can see myself turning around, searching for places I know where I can spend time on my own. You show me the things that are just out of sight. You whisper the words that will make things so. So heavy, you make it all turn to light, and now I am ready to live for myself, live for myself. You sold me down the river. Down the river, baby. You sold me down the river. Oh, hey, hey. Oh, you got me loose. Hey, hey. Down the river blues. You take over my song. You take over my mind. Hey, hey. You take over my song. You take over my mind. Hey, hey. Oh, you got me loose. Hey, hey. Down the river
I'm on my own, broken alone. I feel the rain crashing down all around this empty town. I'm searching for the lost and found, but you don't care, you're unaware. Keep moving like the scars aren't even there. It's in the air like a blazing flare. Don't stare 'cause the flames will burn us. I thought you were the one for me. That's why I gave you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me. I used to kiss your head when you cried for me. Hold your hand while the pain was over. Keep you warm by the roaring sea. You meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world.
Live from assorted corners in the Twin Cities, it's Brave New Workshop Goes Viral. And here's your host, Caleb McEwen.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Brave New Workshop Goes Viral. It is Labor Day weekend, Saturday the 5th. We are so pleased to have all of you here with us. Once again, as we always say, if you have not joined us before, the Brave New Workshop is the oldest, longest-running comedy theater in America. But currently, because of COVID-19, we are not doing live shows at our downtown Minneapolis location. We are streaming to you live in your home on the web, and we are so happy that you have invited us all in. Now, even though we are not necessarily together or out in a big group, we still want you to react as if you are out in a big crowd having a good time. Feel free to laugh out loud, scream, yell, heckle your screen that you happen to be watching this on, whatever it is that you need to do in order to make yourself feel like you are having the best time possible. And as always, we do offer an opportunity for you to contribute to support the Brave New Workshop. Again, the stream is completely free. We are just happy that you are here. But if you would like to contribute while we are unable to do our live shows, you can do so at the link that you will find either in the description on whatever social media platform you are watching on, or by using the link on our webpage as well. And with that, let's get started. And here we all are. It is September 5th, and we are approaching the end of summer as we know it. Here in Minnesota, we'll enjoy a brisk month of autumn and then a bleak hellscape until mid-2021. That's actually what it looks like. It's been another crazy week in the news, but that pretty much goes without saying at this point. We're all on a runaway bobsled to hell with a dead man at the wheel and gravity doing most of the work. All you can do is hang on and hope that there's hot chocolate at the end and that no one tests your urine. President Trump had a busy week as he traveled all the way to Wisconsin to use what has happened all across the country during his presidency as an example of what would happen during Biden's presidency. Nothing says keep America great like a brisk stroll through rubble. President Trump also found time to encourage North Carolina voters to vote twice, once by mail and once in person, just to see if they could. You know, that thing that's a felony. That thing that if any other president or candidate were to repeat, they would immediately be locked up for. That thing that, who am I kidding? No one even cares anymore. The Trump campaign and the RNC also took time out of their busy schedule to sue Montana. Why? To stop the expansion of mail-in voting across the state. Now, this is particularly weird as Montana is traditionally Republican, but also because if they don't vote by mail, Montana's only other option to get voters to the polls is mule train. And finally, Nancy Pelosi may have gotten the most expensive salon treatment of her entire career when surveillance footage shows her in a San Francisco salon with no mask. Pelosi says that she relied on the salon to tell her what was within state guidelines, but opponents on the right are crying hypocrite, elitist, and witch. Pelosi claims she was set up by the salon owner, and this story is corroborated by a stylist, making this the plot of what could be the single most boring political espionage movie in the history of cinema. Or possibly a rejected treatment for Barbershop 4, cut to the quick. And with that, I think we're about caught up with all the news that we can handle this week. Let's take just a little break for Labor Day. Well, it is Labor Day weekend, and that traditionally means people taking that last trip or having that last big event of the summer. Here in Minnesota, for a lot of people, that means the last trip up to the cabin to close it all up for winter and to get ready for school, because a lot of schools around here start after Labor Day. And so we thought we would check in with one of our favorite guests here on the show, a Minnesotan who is, in fact, traveling this weekend, as I understand it. Please join me in welcoming back to the show. We're so happy to have her once again, Penelope Omalilikai. And there she is. Hello, Penelope.
Hello, Caleb, darling. So good to see you. It has been so long. Cheers.
Oh, well, okay. It certainly looks like you are enjoying your Labor Day weekend.
Oh, we are living the life as only one can when you're on Labor Day vacation.
Well, you always do live life to the fullest, and I truly appreciate that. Now,
Well, I try, Caleb, darling. I try. I say, life is like a slice of bread. It's not worth a damn thing unless it's buttered and dipped in something gooey and then eaten over the body of a young male.
that's really, really disturbing, but it does give a little bit of insight into you and how you operate, and it looks like you are someplace absolutely beautiful once again. Where did you head for your Labor Day weekend?
Oh, well, yes, Caleb, like any good Minnesotan, I decided to travel up north for my final vacation of the summer.
Oh, that's wonderful, and I don't recognize where you are there. Is that like near Duluth? Is it Grand Rapids? Where are you?
Oh, no, Caleb, I'm in Canada. Yes.
Okay. Oh, so you rented like a place in Canada for the weekend?
Oh, no, Caleb, I rented Canada. Yes,
You rented the entire country of Canada.
Yes, that's right. Country, province, whatever you want to call it. I rented it all. I just went, it was so simple too. I just went to the Airbnb website and I clicked rent, and here we are.
Wait a minute. What is Airbnb? I've heard of Airbnb, but Airbnb?
Oh, yes, that's Air Bed and Canada.
So there's just a website that rents out Canada.
Yes, Caleb, it is, it's not for everyone. You do need to have a black Visa card in order to get in, if you know what I mean.
Well, I know that I could not afford Canada no matter what the exchange rate.
Well, you're welcome anytime, Caleb. The bears are asking about you.
There are so many ways that could be interpreted. Very quickly, like, what drew you to Canada? Why did you decide Canada is where I am going to go?
Well, Caleb, it's nature, it's water, it's, universal healthcare. It's any number of things that draw me here. But I'll have you know that I've been on a special hunt for feathers, Caleb. Now, yes, anyone can get a feather over the internet, but it's quite another adventure if you pluck a feather from an animal itself. But you don't want to ask to have a feather unconsensually. You want the animal to give it to you of their own free will. So here in Canada, I take long walks into the woods, and I find a young bird, and I have a conversation, and hopefully it gives me a feather by the end.
So you can actually communicate with birds to a level where they are comfortable giving up part of their body to you.
Well, yes, Caleb, when you're rich enough, money talks. They just know. Now, look here. I've collected 3 feathers so far. We've got this one.
I really didn't expect to see that coming into frame there, and I actually thought it was some kind of bird that was flying in.
Oh, yes. Here we go. We have 1 feather, 2 feathers, and then this, of course, is the rarest type of feather. This feather, not only did I receive from a very unique species, but I received it off of the hat of one of my very dear friends, Gwendolyn Surefire. I got her drunk and I made her give it to me at the end of a very, very rousing game of pinochle.
Well, I am sure that you actually could communicate with the lady Surefire, was it?
Yes, indeed.
Yes.
Gwendolyn Surefire, yes.
Well, so when you're saying birds,
yes,
you're sometimes speaking euphemistically of women who are friends of yours?
well, yes, Caleb, what did you think I meant? Actual birds in the forest?
Yes, that's exactly what I thought you meant. And honestly, I don't see how that would be that out of line given conversations that we have had in the past.
Caleb, you whimsical creature. You think I'm just traipsing around in the actual woods? No, by woods, I meant happy hour.
Okay. All right, I can...
Oh, dear, Caleb, you're so funny. Next thing I know, you're going to stand up and show me that you're wearing short pants and dandy little leprechaun booties.
I am not.
Are you black goat, my dear?
No, but I can't stand up because my lower half is in a kayak.
Excellent. I'm glad to see you're getting some exercise out in nature.
Yes.
I too have been experiencing exercise in nature.
Oh, that's good.
Yes.
Do you like to hike? Do you paddle board? What does Penelope O'Malilikai do in order to stretch her legs a little bit?
Well, Caleb, there's a lot of wonderful water features here in Canada. And so I've been, I love to go hunting for waterfalls. And when I do, I see a waterfall and I say, Penelope, anyone can bathe in water flowing down. But what if you swim up water going upwards? So I practice swimming up a waterfall. It's very, very difficult to do. But again, when there's a will and a pocketbook, there's a way.
Okay, all right. Well, That is strange, but I would have thought that you, of all people, Penelope, would know that you shouldn't go chasing waterfalls. Just don't go chasing waterfalls.
I don't chase them, darling. I sit on the edge and I lure them to me with hopes of a better future.
Okay, all right.
Another thing I like to do for a little exercise is partake in the very Canadian tradition of procuring delicious tree elixirs from the bark of a maple, aka maple syrup.
Thank you. I was waiting till we got to the common nomenclature there, and I appreciate that we finally arrived at it.
Yes.
Do you make your own syrup, or do you have like artisans that you visit who supply it to you? How do you handle it?
Well, Caleb, darling, I absolutely love the idea of doing it myself. But why, oh why, would I have this much money if I wanted to do things for myself? I mean, come on.
Okay.
No, what I do is I tap the tapper. Oh, yes, yes. I seduce beautiful young maple syrup mavens. And then I ask them to tap the tree for me as they're in a drunken state of romance after our time together. And it seems to give me maple syrup just fine. So
Is that
I think
me?
I'll stick to
Are
my
you
method.
are you drinking maple syrup right now? I thought that was wine.
No, Caleb, darling. What kind of wine is this dark? No, this is very watery maple syrup. A lot of people think maple syrup is very thick, but it's not. It's actually quite watery, and I'm just drinking it out of my chalice here, like a true pagan god.
Okay. All right. Well, when you say that you have rented Canada,
Yes.
did you? I hesitate to ask this question. Did you clear all the Canadians out to have it to yourself, or are they still there?
Caleb, darling, I'm not some heartless rich person that doesn't care about the small person. No. I just scooched them all to one side where I couldn't see them. I just jammed them all up into Nova Scotia by all the whales. If I wanted to see whales in cold climate, I would, well, I wouldn't. That's the thing. Who wants that? Boring.
So you like warm water whales?
I prefer warm water whale. Or, I would just go to Alaska. But why vacation in your own country? I mean, we were given passports for a reason. Might as well use them, huh?
Very nice.
Of course, they're not much good nowadays. I really did have to pay myself into another country because, the world doesn't really want us anymore now, do they?
No, we certainly do not have the ability to travel the way that we have in the past.
But money talks, my friend. And let me say, where there's a will, there's a payday.
So you just socially distanced the entire population of Canada, pushing them all into Nova Scotia so you could hang out and do whatever it is. Is there anything that is particularly Canadian that you have that surprised you, that you didn't think, oh, I would like this, but then you got there and you experienced it, and now it's something else?
Well, yes, Caleb, I don't want to be cliche,
Mm-hmm.
but I did experience a very brutal hockey game the other day.
Oh.
And I might say that it was quite arousing seeing all these people, skate around in a fury, whapping their sticks against a very hard puck. Oh, all to the, at any moment they could be smacked in the face by another stick. And these brutal athletes just scooching around as quick as can be,
Scooching.
trying to get it all in the net, if you will. And then fighting over it. No, you can't get in the net. I'm going to do it. No, me. No. What do you mean you? Oh, I'm taking my gloves off. No, I'm taking my gloves off. Now we're going to touch each other in a fiery fashion. It's quite intoxicating, Caleb. Have you ever seen a hockey game live?
I have. I live in Minnesota. It's required in order to vote.
Oh, yes. There's nothing like a Canadian hockey game. No shade to the Minnesota Wild, but they're really getting wild up here in Toronto.
You're in Toronto?
Who knows, Caleb? Who knows? No one can read Canadian. I mean, come on. It's all goobly-doobly.
If you're in Toronto, you're not up in Toronto. Toronto is southeast of Minneapolis. You have to
Yeah.
fly south to get to Toronto.
Is that the truth of it?
Yes, it is.
Well, you learn something every day. Caleb, if you are near me, I would insist I give you a feather, because that is something that I don't think everybody knows.
Oh, well, I tell you what, if you were to offer me a feather, I would take it and I would put it in my cap, both literally and figuratively. A feather in my cap.
Okay, darling. Every time we talk, I learn something new. What fun we have. You seem like such a buttoned-up young man, but here you are, prancing around with feathers in your cap. I dare say you are a fairy tale, my friend.
Am I now? I would say that I am not a buttoned-up young man. I am a buttoned-up old man at this point.
Oh, come on. Look at that lily white skin just shining across your face. You can't be more than 18 years of age tops.
Well, if you laid money on that, you would lose. But thank you
Caleb,
so
guess
much.
how old I am. Just guess.
I'd-
Guess.
I would say that you are all of 20 years old, Penelope.
Caleb, come now. I have mints in my purse that are older than 20. No, Caleb, here's the real scoop. I'm actually 150 years old. Yes, I don't like to tell people my age, but I'm 150 years of age.
And you are a medical marvel.
I am, Caleb.
Is-
I am.
Especially since you're mainlining syrup right now. That is unbelievable.
Nectar of the gods, Caleb. Everyone thinks it's honey, but I think syrup is the real key. Yes, Caleb, I know you've read about those super agers. You know, they're usually attributed to, like Japan or Italy or the more pescatarian type countries where people live vigorously into their 112, 113, that type of thing. But no, I eat red meat and I drink maple syrup and I just keep on going. And you know why, Caleb?
What?
I have a lot of money.
Yes,
and I
clearly.
can plug myself in at night. And I,
Like a car battery.
yes, Caleb, yes. I sleep in a cryo chamber.
Well, I don't want to keep you from your vacation or your cryo chamber. Thank you so much for joining us, Penelope. It is always a pleasure, and I can't wait till you can come back to the show.
Thank you, Caleb, darling. I miss you already. I'll bring you back a polar bear.
Thank you, Penelope. All right, everybody, let's hear it for Lauren Anderson.
Yay!
Back after a bit of a summer hiatus. It's good to see you again, Lauren.
It's good to see you, Caleb. It was good to visit Penelope again. I mean, what is her life,
I think every time you go into Penelope, it's a little harder for you to come back out, isn't it?
She is one of my, for sure, alter egos. She lives the life. I mean, what's her day? In my mind, she's like that. She's like Auntie Mame, like she's like how, first of all, how did you get your money?
Mhm.
Who are you? Like any minute she's just gonna bop into like a helicopter and like go play badminton on top of a volcano or something like that. Like
As one does.
that's as one does when you're that wealthy. I hope she pays her taxes though. That's my hope. I hope she pays her taxes, and I feel like maybe she gives to charity. At the very least, she's charitable.
Certainly. And it was very
She's
charitable
no
of you.
Bezos. Let's just go there.
Well, thank you so much for joining us here this Labor Day weekend. We hope to see you again on the show very soon, and enjoy those last few sunny days of summer that we have left here. Thanks,
Yeah.
Lauren.
Yeah. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Caleb. Bye. Goodbye.
And that just about does it for our program here tonight, folks. I would like to thank you all for joining us once again. A big thank you to Lauren Anderson as well. Always fun having her on the show. Good to talk to her once again as well. As always, this is an opportunity if you would like to contribute to support the Brave New Workshop as we continue these streaming shows. If you would like to do so, you can at the links that are located in the descriptions on our various social media platforms, or at the link available on the website if that's where you happen to be watching. As always, the stream is completely free. We are just happy that you are here and so grateful for your support. But if you would like to contribute, we greatly appreciate that as well. I hope that you enjoy the rest of your Labor Day weekend, that you had a wonderful summer, and that you are going to have an even better fall. Thank you all, and good night.